Hey guys, Adam Broussard here, trying to back up. People causing problems in the Chase parking lot. See that? Day in the life of a Cajun entrepreneur. Well, let me tell you, a day in the life of an entrepreneur every once in a while is an extremely boring day. Boring in the sense where it's just like all you're doing is office work, not exciting creative work. Um, and so my guy Zach in the office is on vacation, so he's out all week. It's Tuesday, and I just had every week I got 30 things on a list, 30 to 40 things on a list to do. Like I said before, high priority to low priority, but there's low priorities that have to get done, because if you don't do the low priorities over time, they become higher priorities. So today, I just spent all day in the office, and I usually spend all day in the office, but when Zach's there, we're conversating, some action's happening. Well, when you're by yourself, you got to make that action happen. And so, people want that glamorous life of an entrepreneur. Let me tell you, the low end of it is just knocking stuff out and not knowing, like, did this help me? I'm pretty sure the things that I did absolutely helped me, because I come up with it. These are things that need to be done. I know that it's part of that list of getting things accomplished and moving and solved and all that kind of stuff. But it's like I said, some problems and some things that you have to do is just kind of just not fun, period. Going through paperwork and like setting things up, and it's tedious task that has to be done, especially when you're at a level like I am, where there's only, I can get help in a lot of other areas, but the office work tends to fall on my shoulders, because that's where my strong suit is understanding those things, along with like, man, I really would have liked to have spent all day today being super creative in my own mind, in my own world, but there was too much other stuff that needed to get done, and Zach being away really helps me kind of drill down on staying quiet, staying focused, knocking out these checks, boom, 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 lining stuff up, and stuff like that. So we did get a house under contract, but another house that I ain't making no money off of. It's sad but true. We live in a time right now where it's just like, man, I'm selling stuff to pay off debt, which releases me of debt and debt obligations, which is great. But it's not, I'm not even hitting on first base. Home runs would be awesome, but I ain't hitting on first base, and it makes me think and wonder, like, how many people are just knocking it out the ballpark. And I know in the circumstances that I'm in, that I was buying stuff in the go-between, people paying low interest, higher prices, and to where you're buying, you're fixing, Then you go on to sell, and interest rates changed, and the economy changed, and things slowed down, election, all this kind of stuff. Now things are different. So in a year, you know, it goes from, you know, it went from okay to bad, and then when you're doing multiple projects and all that kind of stuff, it just dampers down, man. But I'm gonna tell you the mindset that I have. This too shall pass, and all I have to do is keep walking and keep going. Because the more that I do that and not think about the BS, let's call it, the more I can be creative on, like, man, no, I've gotten my income up with starting a media company and helping people do that. I've gotten the store's income up by online sales. This month we should beat last month, and last month we beat December, and December we beat November, and that's when we started. So we've gone up in revenue on the online sales side, and we've also had a relatively decent end of the year. You know, 2024 and 2025 will be the years of learning and growth, because the things that I'm doing now, for example, shooting a YouTube video on the way home, and explaining, you know, kind of the situational stuff that happened in the day-to-day of an entrepreneur. You know, it's just all part of the job. And so, long story short, there was a lot of building, and so at the end of the day, that's what you got to do, is keep on swinging that hammer away, in the good time and the bad. Sometimes you got to spend all day at the office to just do paperwork. So that was today. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Have a good night.